Hi, this is the Learn Cantonese Fast channel again. Long time no see. So today I'm going to talk about the places they can go to in Hong Kong and also the action that can take place in those places. So first of all, you can go to a public park. A public park actually is public garden, right? A public garden. Gong has several meanings. Gong can mean a male, like a male chicken is a cock, which is gong gai. Gai is a chicken. Gong gai is a male cock. Is a male chicken. Yuan. Actually, the original pronunciation of the word is yuan. Yuan, 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 yuan. Tone 6, which is the lowest pitch. But then we sometimes will promote lower pitch words into a high pitch word, say yuan. Here, yuan, 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 second tone instead of tone 2 instead of tone 6. So we have gong yuan, gong yuan, gong 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 gong, yuan yuan, yuan 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 yuan. Okay, so remember the 6 tones, right? Deng 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 deng. Okay, so here we have gong 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 gong, gong yuan 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 yuan, gong yuan gong yuan. And then if you want to walk around the park, we call it 行公園. Okay, walk 行公園. Walk in a park. We don't need in or at or something. Right? So 行公園 or 響公園行 at a garden walk. Right? 行公園is good. So what other things can we do? We can also watch flowers, grass, and trees. 睇 watch 花草樹木. 花 is flower. 草 is grass. 樹 actually is a tree. Right? But then the general term for all the different kinds of trees is called 樹木. 木 actually means wood. Right? 樹木 is a term meaning different kinds of trees. 睇花草樹木. 睇花睇花草睇花草樹睇花草樹木睇花草樹木睇花草樹木. And then we have walking around very slowly in a park. We call it 散步. 步 actually means a step. 散 is to disperse, is to randomize something, right? 散步. Actually, this word can also have tone 2 instead of tone 3. And here is tone 3, which is the original pronunciation of the word. Right? 散步, so to disperse your steps randomly. Right? In other words, you are walking around slowly and randomly in a park. 散步. So for example, we can make up a sentence using these words here. It's 去公園散步. 去 go to a park to walk slowly randomly. 去公園散步. 不如我哋去公園散步啦. 不如 what if not? So why not? 不如我哋 we 不如我哋去公園散步啦. 不如我哋去公園散步啦. Why don't we go to a park and take a walk? 不如我哋去公園散步啦. And then another common place is 戲院. 院 actually means something like a house or something that some activities will take place. For example, a dollhouse, a dollhouse for prostitute, we call it 妓院. So it's an enclosed house or room or big house which is hosting something. Hey is hey actually means a show with some storylines, right? Or a movie. Right? 戲院. Right? For example, we can use for example in Cantonese we have 大戲, Cantonese opera. 大戲, 大 means big, 戲 means show. So it's a big show. Right? So Chinese opera is a big show with a storyline. Right? So 戲院 is a cinema. Nowadays it's called as a cinema. Right? But in the old days, 戲院 can be anything. Can be hosting a Chinese opera or Cantonese opera. Right? But then the bigger version of cinema actually is theater, right? Which is 劇院 劇院, similar to 戲院, right? 劇 actually means almost the same thing as 戲, right? 劇 normally has a storyline, which is a show. We call it 劇, right? So what do you do in a 戲院? We watch movies, right? Nowadays, you can only watch movies in 戲院, right? So if you want to watch something like an opera, you go to a 劇院. Right? Watch a movie, 睇戲, watch movie, 睇戲. 去戲院睇戲. And nowadays, a very common place for youngsters or even older people like myself to go to is karaoke. Karaoke. Right? You don't pronounce the R as R, it's more like an L. Right? Karaoke, which is Japanese. But then in Hong Kong, we translate it into something like karaoke. Right? Ka 来 o k all in tone one. Karaoke. For most of the translated directly translated words, we use either tone 1 or tone 2, and most often we use tone 1. But then sometimes we use tone 2. For example, 的士, which is originally from taxi. 的 tone 1, 西士 tone 2, 的士. So for translated words, we use either tone 1 or tone 2. And then we have 唱 K, right? So you can go to a karaoke to 唱 K or karaoke to 唱 K. 唱 is to sing. Right? So you want to spend some time with friends singing in the karaoke, we call it 唱 K. 不如我哋去唱 K 啦，不如我哋去唱 K 啦. By asking your friend whether they want to go to sing in a karaoke. And then we have 餐廳 restaurant. 餐 is a meal. Tang actually is a very roomy place. So it's an enclosed area which is roomy for people to sit. Tang, like living room, we call it hak tang. So you can invite a lot of guests to sit around and chat with you in the living room, right? So we call it hak tang. Hak tang means a guest room, right? Guest room is hak tang. Well, but then it's not just a room; it's a place that you can sit around, which is spacious. A 餐廳 is for meal, right? What do you do? Well, you can 食嘢 eat something. 食嘢 eat something. 食嘢食嘢. Right? 嘢 is tone 4, which is a rising tone. It's difficult. So the tone 2 and tone 4 are the difficult tones because for English speakers, English is actually a non-tonal language. Right? Eat a steak. Right? In Cantonese, it's called 鋸扒 or 食扒, but then you don't call it 食扒 normally. You call it 鋸扒. Well, is actually something like a chain, a saw, for example, electric saw. We call it electric saw is 電鋸. Right? So 鋸 is something like sawing things. Right? 鋸扒, a 扒 is a steak. Right? 鋸扒. Right? Cow steak, we call it 牛扒. Pork steak, we call it 豬扒. And then, or we can also have 雞扒. Well, 雞扒actually is the chicken thigh with the bones removed. It's called 雞扒. And then 食午餐. 午餐 is noon. Right? 食午餐 noon or afternoon or noon. Normally it's noon. Noon means after noon meal, eat noon meal is 食午餐. Or we call 食晏, but 晏 actually means the time right after midday. Right? 食晏. Or 晏 can also mean very late in the afternoon or when someone's late. You say, 哇，點解咁晏㗎? Why is it so late? 晏. And we have 食晚餐. 晚 is night. Night meal. Eat night meal is 食晚餐. 食晚餐. And we have 酒樓. 酒樓 is Chinese restaurant. Right? But then 酒 actually means alcohol, wine. Alcohol, wine is 酒. 樓 in the old days, a building normally is built by wood. Right? But then nowadays, of course, it's not built by wood. Right? But then we still use the word 樓. Right? Whether it's concrete or wood, we call it 樓. 樓 actually is a building. Right? 酒樓. Right? But then 酒樓 is actually not a place solely for selling wine. It's a place for eating. Right? But then why is it called 酒樓? Well, because the higher class restaurant, only the higher class restaurants will sell wine, right, or hard liquor. So if you say 酒樓, it seems like it's of a higher class, right? 酒樓. So what you do in 酒樓, you 飲茶, drink tea, 飲茶. Right? So in a Chinese restaurant, people will eat, but then most likely, especially if it is in the morning, they will drink a lot of tea in order to chat and take a good time, have a good time, and so on and so forth. 喺酒樓食點心, it's not 食點心, 點 is tone 1, but then 點心, 點 is tone 2. Right? 點心, 點心, not 點心. Right? 食點心. And then you have 食飯, eat rice. Well, but then eat rice does not mean just eating rice. It's also it normally means eating a meal, having a meal. Right? Eat rice means having a meal. And then 食晚餐, have a dinner. 晚 is night, rice, eat night rice is 食晚餐, which means have a dinner. 點菜, choose something from a menu. Right? 點 means to point, 菜 means vegetable, but here 菜 actually can also mean a dish. Right? It does not necessarily mean a dish of vegetable. It can be any dish. Right? 點菜is to point your finger at something in order to order it. And then to get the menu is 攞餐牌.個 here is the quantifying unit. 攞個餐牌嚟啊，唔該。攞餐牌，攞個餐牌嚟啊，唔該。To bring a menu to here, please. 攞個餐牌嚟啊，唔該。And then we have 埋單, check please. 埋 actually means to bury something. Right? 埋單 is the bill. Right? 埋單 is to close. It's like closing an account. 埋單. Right? 埋單, check please. 埋單咧唔該，埋單咧唔該。And then McDonald's, we call it 老麥. 老 means old. 麥. Mak actually is the last name of a person in Cantonese, right? Alright, so in order to make it sound more like a Cantonese name, we call it Mak Dong Lo. Right? So Mak is actually the last name of some people in Hong Kong. Mak Dong Lo, Mak. 痛快 Dong 風韻 Lo, Mak Dong Lo, which is the lowest pitch. And then what do you do? 食漢堡包. Right? 漢堡 actually is from the word Hamburg. Right? But then if you translate the entire thing, people will not understand. So instead of calling it 漢堡架, we call it 漢堡包. Bao actually is a bun. It's a Hamburg bun. 食漢堡包. And then you can go to a stadium or a ball field or a court. We call it 球場. Right? Even a badminton court, we call it 羽毛球場. 羽毛 is the feather. It's a feather court. 羽毛球場 is for playing badminton. 球場 in general is any playing field or ball field or stadium. We call it 球場. And then we have 打波. So you go to a ball field to beat up the ball. A ball actually is a translation, direct translation from the word ball. Right? 打波, beat up the ball means to either to play a ball game. You can play, for example, badminton. It's called 打波. If you play soccer, you can also call it 打波. Or if it is soccer, sometimes you call it 踢波 instead. Right? But you can still call it 打波. Okay? 去球場打波啦, can be badminton or basketball or even soccer. But then for soccer, we can call it 踢波. 踢 is to kick the ball. Kick the ball is to play soccer. 睇波 is to watch a ball game. It's not just watching the ball. It's watching the ball game. 睇波去球場睇波啦, or even on television you can 睇波. Right? You can watch a ball game on television. We still call it 睇波. And then jockey club. 馬會 馬 is a horse. 會 actually is an association or a gathering. Right? So like, for example, if we have a meeting, we call it 開會, open a meeting or something. We call it 開會, open meeting. Okay. 馬會 is jockey club. And then what do you do? Well, you can 賭波, bet on a ball game. Right? 賭波, betting on ball. It's actually not betting on ball, it's betting on the ball game. Or 買六合彩, buy Mark 6 buy 係買 buy. Right? And then we have 六合彩 六 means 6, 合 means combined, 彩 means a lottery. Right? It's a 6 combined lottery. Right? So it's a 6 combo lottery. It's called 六合彩. It's Mark 6. And then you can also 買馬 is buy, 馬 is horse. Well, but it doesn't mean that you would like to buy a horse. It means you would like to bet on a horse. Right? I'm almost running out of time. I don't have enough memory. So I'll talk to you next time, and then I'll part 2 and maybe even part 3. Okay, see you later. Bye.